Speaking of music, by the way, from earlier, have you guys been following the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef? It's been so fucking good. As a hip-hop fan and a fan of actual battle rap as a subgenre of hip-hop. And I mean actual battle rap like the Smack URL, RBE, KOTD, all the rap leagues. Because I just love getting immersed in the creativity that they bring to the table, the metaphors, the similes, the angles and schemes that they create when they're battling. Some of which I highlight, by the way, in my newsletter at times as a video of the week. If you guys are interested, subscribe completely for free at spuntoday.com/subscribe. But we haven't seen a rap battle beef of this caliber by more mainstream music artists since Jay-Z and Nas. Back again in the Blueprint, Stillmatic, early 2000s phase. And it's been so dope. Especially when it's kept on wax, right? When it doesn't spill out over to actual real beef or issues. Even though I did recently see an article that one of Drake's bodyguards got shot or something like that. I don't know if it's related or unrelated, but hopefully unrelated. But as of right now, and I think there's been, five to seven tracks back to back, or from either side rather, cumulative total, however the proper way to say it is. And I think Kendrick has it as of right now. Both have had phenomenal bars, clever. I've just liked more the strategy on the Kendrick Lamar side and how he's more so, aside from giving clever metaphors and impeccable writing as usual, he's taking the I'm a better man than you are angle versus just being a better rapper, while also shitting on his rap ability. And he's been really clever with displaying different rap styles within the same track and across all the tracks that he's put out. And Drake also, on his side, most of his responses have been dope as well. Top tier bars and writing, although I'll always have to put an asterisk to that because, the whole ghostwriting thing. Shout out Quentin Miller. But delivery-wise, great as you'd expect. The beats, Drake is always going to put out the more mainstream type music that you will be able to hear on the radio and in the clubs versus Kendrick Lamar's, which is going to be more artsy. But Kendrick kind of flipped it with one of the tracks that he put out. I think it was the Not Like Us track, which was more of a could get radio play and club type record. And in all battles, whether it's mainstream hip hop or, even in battle rap, one of the biggest currencies is exposing things about your opponent. How Pusha T, for example, pretty much demolished Drake with the bombshell reveal of the fact that he had a son that he was hiding from the world. And this is information and you hear it a lot more on an actual battle rap level, how people, pay people for information on their opponents. Some people are just cloud chasing and want to give information, and once they know that two people are battling, they reach out to one side or the other and want to spill the beans on something or put them on to some inside information or an angle that may not be known that can be used. And it's not dissimilar to how it takes place here at this top tier level. But a genius thing that Drake did, if it actually is that he did this, was the fact that he fed information to one of Kendrick Lamar's supposed sources. He fed him information that Drake had another kid that he wasn't letting the world know that he has and is, not being a father to, etc. An 11-year-old daughter. And Kendrick took that information and ran with it, included it in his Meet the Grams response. And then Drake comes back with Family Matters and pretty much says that, you took the bait, you fucked up, you didn't even verify your sources, that was fake, I put that out there just to make you look stupid out here, etc., etc. So if that's true, and that's not just Drake trying to, cover his ass and say that it's fake news, even when it's not, but if that's true, that was like the chess game of it that he was playing and, feeding the false information to see if he would take the bait, that is dope. That's genius right there. But again, in my opinion, Kendrick's in the lead. There was also a recent post that I saw that Kendrick was about to come out with a track, another one, because according to Some of the bars he's put out in his previous tracks, he has 10 total locked and loaded, waiting to release them. But apparently, allegedly, Drake's camp got wind of the content of the one that Kendrick was about to release, and supposedly stepped back from the battle and, is waving the white flag, quote unquote. No idea if that's true yet. That just recently broke. And shout out, by the way, to Knox Hill, who has this YouTube reaction channel to hip hop in general, music in general, but definitely has been taking a deep dive into these rap beefs and helping break down the bars and stuff like that. Does a phenomenal job. I'll link to one of his videos in the episode notes for you guys to check out, which also highlighted, I think, the greatest W of this entire situation. He highlighted a tweet from Daily Rap Facts that said, quote, Kendrick Lamar has officially removed all copyrights from his content creators' reaction videos. This allows them to make money from their content. So, for example, when somebody does a reaction video and they play music on YouTube and stuff like that, it can have millions and millions of views or hundreds of thousands of views, whatever, and they can't make money off of it because that's not their copyrighted written content. That's not their content, for example, if they play a song or something like that, and they get flagged and their channels could be taken down as well if they get copyright strikes against them. But at the very least, they cannot monetize that content, regardless of the amount of views that it has. At least not directly, right? You can, if you're getting a lot of eyeballs, you can try to sell merch and stuff like that, and that's how the folks that have those types of channels attempt to monetize. But they're obviously creating something of value that people enjoy and watching and not getting paid for it, which is, for example, why I stopped adding. I used to, back in the day, put outro music or play music in the background while actual songs and shit while I record outros, but I stopped doing that for that reason, because episodes kept getting flagged and taken down, so on and so forth. So definitely not worth it, at least for the type of content that I do. But Knox Hill highlighted this tweet, which is dope, because all the content and all the back and forth that's going on with all the reaction videos and stuff like that, now those content creators that are helping the general public, myself, break down bars and this means that because of X, Y, and Z, and just doing deep dives and analysis on all the lyrics, are able to be paid for that content directly. And I thought that's dope. Definitely a dope move from Kendrick, because it adds credibility to folks that put this type of content out. It's also a keen recognition from Kendrick's perspective of, these people are just helping popularize my shit. So why would I want them to get, copyright strikes and potentially have their videos taken down if they're speaking about my creative content? That's a, net positive. And I've said this in the past, there has to be a way for the algorithms or powers that be, what have you, to figure out a way to, if you do play copywritten material of another person, you should still be able to monetize your channel. And assuming, not that you're just ripping somebody else's content, putting it on your channel and trying to make money off of it. I mean, if you do, even play background music, or you want to speak about a lyric in a song or a scene from a movie, whatever it is, maintain that video monetized for that creator and whatever it is that they're breaking down or creating or showing. But the percentage of the video that's playing the copywritten music, like let's say I play 10% of the video, I'm speaking about something, and 10% of it playing a clip that I'm referring to, then take 10% of the money that my video generates and give it to that content creator. So it's a win-win for everyone, I feel, instead of no money being made by anyone, which also removes the incentive of continuing to want to create that type of content, at least the financial incentive. It's all just going to be passion driven. But yeah, why can't it be broken down that way? I don't know. If somebody does know, hit me up, let me know. But yeah, who do you guys think is up in this battle? This epic 2024 battle of Kendrick Lamar versus Drake.